PP. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit. But
We
whatever.
start?
Yeah, no, we're sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, it's okay.
Bro, I'm eat pork. I ate pork and I feel like I'm gonna puke. It might be because I didn't sleep. That could be it.
That
Or I
might
got COVID.
that might be it. I mean, maybe. I'd
Let
hope.
me hear me out. Y'all heard of this COVID thing? It's like penis.
No, I ain't heard about it. Swear.
Sucks. It just be like, hey, bro. Hey, man.
Hey man. All right. So on topic, we're going to talk
Keep up
about
the good work.
on topic. Forget about all that. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories. Now,
Theory.
personally, how do you feel about the Mandela effect?
Mandela effect. Shit, I hardly even know the hoe. Uh, but like the Mandela effect be like Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
That's wild.
See, what's
Isn't that some deep fake shit or something?
no? It was but dead
No.
ass. I was looking at Netflix and I looked up. I was looking at Bert Kreischer, and it showed up.
Huh?
Yeah, I was looking at Bert Kreischer, and the first thing that popped up like on the recommended of stuff that wasn't on Netflix,
Some Mandela.
but like maybe used to be on Netflix is like at the very bottom. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, it showed the Berenstain Bears, and I just looked at that for like 5 minutes. I was like, that ain't right. They fucked some shit
So
up.
like, okay, explain the Berenstain Bears thing to me because they're like they never existed, but they did.
No, so it used to be the Barons. Well, me included, and everybody else remembered it being Berenstein Bears.
But
So,
it was Berenstein.
or Berenstein. Bill Berenstein, spelled the same way. Basically, everybody remembered there being an E where there was an A. And now there's an A. And everybody's like, that ain't right.
It isn't.
I
I
know.
think somebody cheating now. I think Nelson Mandela woke back up.
Okay. And a lot of people have like found out stuff about it actually being like those they've seen books and stuff that they've had that actually said Berenstain, but it's only been a few, and they all still state a lot of them still say Berenstain, and a lot of and there but there's still a lot of people that say like Berenstain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, what's some more Mandela effect stuff? Because I know there's more like ones.
Yeah, I can Google some.
Yeah, look that up.
40 examples of Mandela effect.
We gonna learn some shit that we don't want to know.
Yeah. Nelson Mandela's death. Let's start with the reason we're
It
all
was
here.
never real. What?
Yeah.
No,
Um,
he definitely dead.
it was named after him.
Well, yeah, but I know he
Um,
dead now. He
he
gotta be.
he
If you're
died.
telling me that man just
He died in
what?
2013, but a lot of
No.
people, so many, countlessly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. But he died.
So he didn't die in prison?
No, it says he died in 2013.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh damn. I just never understood it. I'm like, why they name it after him? But now I know
Um,
that I've just been wrong as shit.
Jiffy peanut butter, but
Not
it's
real.
it's Jif peanut butter.
Jif?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
I
swear.
know I sound ungenuine, like not genuine at all, but I did not know this.
Um,
I hate
Looney
this.
Tunes. Looney Tunes
Stop. It's a
was
Looney Tune.
Looney Tunes was spelled as Tunes instead of Toons.
Now y'all, which I always thought it was spelled like that, but I thought it was the later versions that did the Toons.
Curious George never had a tail.
Never had help.
Never had a tail.
Oh, I thought you were about to say he never had help. I'm like, he had the yellow jacket, man. Like, you can't tell me he ain't real.
Febreze
That
is
man was laying pipe. What?
Febreze is spelled Febreze.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, not my Febreze.
Okay, no. Go ahead, spell Skechers for me.
Sketcherz.
No, like the shoes.
Yeah, that's how I spelled it.
Yeah, no, they're spelled Skechers.
Nah,
Yeah.
no, no.
Swear.
Yeah,
Monopoly Man never had a monocle.
never had a what?
Never had a monocle.
No, I knew that.
Um,
I never
Pikachu
thought he
never
had one.
had black on the end of his tail.
Never had black.
Like you're black on the end of his tail.
Nuh-uh. Well, isn't that how they tell the male and female ones apart?
I don't know. I'm not a Pikachu expert. No.
I'm a Pikachu expert. I breed them.
Maybe. So I was looking up conspiracy
Just
theories, and the first thing that popped up was conspiracy to
yeah.
commit a felony.
Look up satanic symbols next.
Say, oh yeah. Um,
Story time, guys. I'm a story time YouTuber. So like, hear me out, right? I was trying to remember what brimstone was, the symbol for it from Binding of Isaac, and I couldn't remember the name brimstone. So I was just trying to find the. It turns out it's the Leviathan cross. I was just trying to find the symbol that is related to brimstone. So I just look up satanic images on Safari, and Apple intervened and was like, "Hey, do this. Are you a robot test right quick, just to make sure this is you making these searches?" And I did it, I think, like 3 times.
oh,
Like, not just like I failed twice and got it right the third time. Like, I searched it up on 2 other occasions after that one. I'm like, that's wild. I'm gonna sue him, bro. I'm gonna sue him because that's discrimination against religion, bro. There's some people that just be like, ooga booga. Yeah.
adding to that story, we were in class like the next day, and he told me about it. And I looked it up on one of the school computers, and it said the exact same thing. And I was like,
Oh,
whoa.
about to read the Melius Maelstrom. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm not a demonologist.
Let's
We
see.
gonna read a book on demonology right now.
Okay.
No, no, it's four. Oh no, it's 4 a.m. We can do that. It's not 3 a.m.
Yeah, so we were I was listening to this other podcast. I'm just gonna kind of rip off their idea in one of their episodes. But there's this guy who was a by the way, podcast called the Illuminati podcast. Talk about conspiracies. It's pretty cool. But
So I haven't listened to that. You squeak.
they did an episode about it was a two-part episode, both like 50 minutes long, about this guy who claimed he was from the future and he came
Hmm.
back in time to commit
I
or
know about this. And he had like a whole different map or something, or
yeah,
like it was like the Earth, but it was named different stuff. And then when they held him in like a holding room or like a hotel or something, and then he was gone without a trace.
he came back to like prevent Y2K and
Even well, I mean, Y2K didn't happen, so man's killing it.
yeah, yeah, and
He got it done.
he put like a he put a like diagram of what his space or not spaceship but time travel device looked like, and it was kind of like a suitcase, but it would fit into the back of like a car, and like he put the math on the forum and everything, and a bunch of like science people were like, that isn't totally far fetched, and so nobody really knows like because nobody if he says something happens in the future and it doesn't happen, it could just be chalked up to he came back in time and changed the timeline.
He definitely just was killing it though. If we're
Yeah,
looking at it from the realistic standpoint, like he was getting what he needed done because Y2K didn't happen.
they didn't. Hey, he's out here killing it. And then
Just
there's
like I can't say that
yeah, me.
about him making 9/11 was an inside job joke.
And then there's
Like it
also
didn't happen like 9/11.
it's like psh, no, couldn't be.
Could not. Guys, I believe 9/11 happened. Don't kill me, thank you.
No, do you believe in
Never forget.
Mothman?
Definitely, I saw that man. He flew at me, and I
Like
punched
honestly,
him.
do you believe in it?
I don't know, maybe. I was passing through the West Virginian area, and I saw a man who might have been a moth.
It might have been. I'm not
He
quite sure.
could have. We could hold up. I gotta look something up real quick. I gotta look up. You keep the people entertained.
Okay, so story time. So
Eggworm.
I was in the Vatican, right? And no, who created Bitcoin real quick?
Uh, George Strait.
Yeah, yeah. So
Me.
so I was talking to the Pope, right? And I was like, yeah,
Hey, man.
hey, he's Vatican's
Let's
for
say you saw a Phylum fellow, right?
who?
AKA Mothman.
Okay,
Wait, Phylums. That's the sorry. Lepidoperta Butera
Is that a scientific
lad,
name?
right? Hear me out.
Okay, I'm hearing you
You
out.
see that? You see that man of moth?
All right.
He a big eye. He hairy. He moth, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
Correct.
Didn't it wasn't his entire thing like he pulled up and he was like bridge
Yeah.
because like his entire thing was warning of like disaster or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not a Mothman expert.
So basically, the story was there was a collapse. There was a bridge in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and there was it collapsed. But
No,
they were supposed to inspect it like a couple of weeks before. They were just like, it's gonna be alright. It's
the
gonna be.
Mothman pulled up.
They just kind of did the walked up one glance. Yeah, we're straight, and then they walked away. And
Remember, my grandma used to explain Mothman to me like he was just like magic.
I
He
mean,
was like, I thought he was Superman.
like,
Like she was like, yeah, he warned all the people of the bridge. I'm like, he catch the bridge. She said, no, you watched it fall. I'm like, that's wild. Like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I drove into a river one time.
Mothman was just
Mothman
edgy.
saved me.
No one.
He's Batman, but
He,
not.
who? Oh yeah, but Mothman's in Batman.
Is he?
No, my bad. Yeah, he's Killer Moth, but it's like the same thing.
Yeah, they stole the idea.
I'm looking up the Killer Moth.
You know what it is. But have you ever seen the statue of Mothman though?
I've seen it. It's weird.
Oh no, it
Like
looks
it's got the red eyes.
it looks stupid.
Cares. He makes me cry. Too weak.
Let me just bring up the statue of Mothman onto the screen real quick.
Googling statues of Mothman.
Here it is. Looks dumb. But anyways.
Is he man or moth? You decide. Who can he have kids? Who would be honest? Would you smash Mothman?
Maybe. Okay, you
How
want to
much money you got?
you want to read the plaque that's on the Mothman, or the story of Mothman, necessarily.
Let me read. Let me read you. Let me read you something. Moths are a paraphyletic group of insects that includes all members, order of Lepidoptera, that are not butterflies, with moths making up the vast majority of the order. There are thought to be approximately 160,000 species of moth, many of which have not yet been described.
Oh, so they got species now.
Oh my god.
What?
I can't show you this because you're going to have to open this on stream, but like it's Mothman.
No, I got my phone.
Check, check, check it.
But
Look at him. Editor, put that mouth up on screen.
mouth.
Put that mouth up on screen.
That mouth up on screen.
Put it up there.
I can't because I don't have this photo.
Hey,
Hmm.
hey, man.
Hmm.
Hey, okay. Can you cut out everything we just said?
No. But anyways.
Click PewDiePie saying the funny word. Play it backwards, reverse, forward, and to the left a bit. Now line up my audio after Alex's, all of his, just the end of it. Like the podcast will be one side, and then you'll get my part.
Yeah. So it's crazy is we don't have an editor, so it's okay.
Yeah, we do. They don't know that.
No. Have you ever heard the story of the Flatwoods Monster?
The Flatwood Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the one that's like an alien that's got like a weird like ace shaped head?
Mm-hmm. I will use the story of the Flatwood Monster. Which that one's.
Yeah, they say ooga booga booga it came from the stars. Meow, 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 meow. What's with people from the '60s and aliens?
I don't know. They're Martians.
Marching.
Okay, so be specific. The Flatwoods Monster, also known as the Braxton County Monster or Phantom of the Flatwoods, is an entity to have been sighted in the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, West Virginia, United States on September 12, 1952. Following the appearance of the bright object crossing the night sky, nearly 50 years later, investigators concluded that the light was a meteor and the creature was a barn owl perched in a tree, with shadows making it appear to be a large humanoid. Which that's cap, because it was real. It was
Because that's me.
real.
What?
7:15 p.m. On September 12th, one day after the funny happened, you know, 49 years later. September 12th, 1952, two brothers, Edward and Fred May, and their friend Tommy Heyer, said they saw a bright object cross the sky and land on the property of local farmer G. Bailey Fisher. The boys went to the home of Kathleen May. I'm convinced
No.
every person from the 50s had the exact same name.
Kathy May. You got good old Kathy May.
You got Edward and Fred May and Tommy
You got
Heyer.
Eddie and Fred. Eddie and Freddie.
Okay, besides the point. Besides the point. May, accompanied by the Free Boys, local children Neil Noonley and Ronnie Shaver, and West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon, went to the Fisher farm in an effort to locate whatever it was that the boys said they seen. The group reached the top of a hill where Noonley said they saw a pulsing red light. Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in that direction and momentarily saw a tall, man-like figure with a round red face surrounded by a pointed hood-like shape.
It looks like a weird like nun.
It's a nun. That's what it was.
It's a nun. Guys, religion? Am I
You're
right?
just gonna chalk that up to a barn owl. There ain't no damn way.
I think that's just gotta be like aliens.
It
Listen,
got
man, I've been thinking a bit. You think you could take Mothman in a fight?
no.
Like, how big Mothman?
People say he up to 12 feet.
No,
Yeah.
bro, what are you gonna do? Like, how thick are his legs? Like, are they like moth sticks? Because I could fold him.
Maybe you gotta kick his knees
Like,
out.
like it's just like his big ass human torso on these like moth legs.
There's a flatwoods monster, by the way.
I'm googling how tall is Mothman. I'm looking it up right now.
Ooh, my bad.
How tall is Mothman? About 3. Yeah, we could. Apparently people never saw Mothman. They were well. He's like a little bigger than a human. Like he's roughly human height, but like his wings make him taller.
Both within a span of a dozen years, in 1955, a 12-foot tall space creature landed in a flying saucer. Oh, never mind. That's Flatwood. My bad.
Still don't understand why everybody and damn the '60s were like it's got to be aliens,
It's Martians. It's gotta be it.
Martians.
I don't know. That's back when like the Red Scare was happening. They were like, it gotta be
Back when the Redskins, what?
Red Scare.
Oh yeah, Martians are communists.
Yeah, yeah.
Mars is red, y'all.
You know that one episode of the Twilight Zone, where that's what it's basically. So they're all trapped in a neighborhood, and like everybody's like electricity goes off, and
Oh yeah, and then they all just went crazy because of the damn electricity going
yeah,
out because
they all blame it
they were
on
like, "You're the damn Martian," and they go, "No," and then the Martians were at the top, like, "Damn,
yeah.
that's wild."
You know that one really big teacher that was an English teacher in seventh grade.
That one, huh?
That one really big English teacher in seventh grade that was across from you.
In 7th grade, yeah, of course.
Yeah, the one I had.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was the one. She was like, yeah, that's basically a thing. Like, I don't know the exact word, but it's like referencing the Red Scare, where everybody was so quick to just blame their neighbors. I'm like, oh,
yeah, they were like, "You're a communist."
you're a commie.
I still do that.
Me too. Me too. 110%. You're a commie.
I'm starting to think honestly, if you were okay, let's say I don't know, let's say hypothetically you're dating a person from Canada.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think frankly you just lost your hamburger slash cheeseburger license, my man.
Yeah.
You just lost it.
Date the
And we
daggum
don't
snow Mexican.
need damn snow Mexican. We don't need foreign aid currently.
We do not. We do not.
Let's say there was this female from Canada with I don't know a fake name like I don't know Charlie spelled CHRLIE, right?
Yeah.
Because those don't exist.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, from my personal experience, they don't.
Uh-uh.
Let's say, hear me out, right? y'all were just afraid of them rats. I think that's what it is. It's that part of Canada. I think it's like Alberta, that area.
Mhm.
They don't like they're afraid of them or they're like invasive. But like you can't kill the rat on your own. You have to call like the police
What the fuck?
just to dispose of a rat, and they like and they don't kill it. They drag it to the border of Alberta and just like throw it into somewhere else.
Get out of.
This is not a joke.
That's
There's
kind.
a hole in the rat mat
That's
in
kind of what
Alberta.
we
They
do
don't
with.
like them.
That's kind of what we do with Mexicans. But
I mean, yeah,
it's just drag them to the border and throw them over.
toss.
Um,
I
I
don't
don't.
think we can air this episode.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I don't know. Rats in New York City get big as shit.
Dude, no, 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 no. Wharf rats, wharf rats.
I don't know what that is.
It's like rats, but like on wharfs because they come over from the ocean and they're big as hell. Go to Maryland. In Maryland, up there, like they just got these big ass rats that come from the pier and shit like that. Where Maryland's like, crab. They got blue crab.
In words of my dad, the biggest rat he's ever saw was he was in a basement of like where he worked. It was like a big ass factory that made wood. And well, they didn't make wood. Trees do that, but they cut like.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you cut out, but I heard you was like they made wood, and I'm like that's wild.
Nah, they cut like exotic wood and sold it to like suppliers.
Pirates.
Suppliers.
Oh,
and and they cut it and they sold it to suppliers. But he was in the basement of something, getting like on a forklift, and he had to get down. And when he got down, he said in his words, this rat was damn near the size of a beaver, and it was running at him.
oh, we're
And
fine.
he didn't know what to do, so he just kicked the fuck
I
out
don't
of
think
it.
anybody knows what to do in
He
that
kicked the piss
situation.
out of it and ran.
That's what you got to do,
Yeah,
frankly.
yeah. I think they poisoned it, but he said like
They put it would have just resisted. It's too big.
yeah, no, I mean it died, and they in somebody's words they carried it out, or my dad's words, he said somebody carried it out on a garbage can lid, and like it was
Damn,
it was like it almost filled up the whole damn lid.
I got a similar story.
What is?
Oh, fucking hear me out, right? Hamsters.
Mhm. Yeah.
My sister used to like keep hamsters. As I feel like everyone's sister did. It was this fat ass hamster.
Mhm.
Guess what her name was?
What?
Guess what it was?
What? Hamster?
Sweet cakes, bruh.
Sweet cakes, bro.
I
What?
didn't name it. Of
Hey.
course, it was my sister's, and she was like, "Sweet cakes, that's the move." Sweet cakes was fat as shit, and would break out of her cage to just. She wouldn't go anywhere.
She just eat.
She would go into. She'd leave her cage, find the bag of food, bite into it, and just live in there. Like she wouldn't leave. She'd just start eating the entire night until she passed out, and then wake up and be like, "Where is she?" And then there's a hole in the side of the food bag. And then at one point I thought Sweet Cakes' like intestines fell out,
Wow.
but turns out she was pregnant.
Oh, she
There
gave
were no like, but that like I guess we got her while she was pregnant because like my sister only had one hamster,
Yeah.
and like I think it had like 15 kids,
Oh.
and we just came in and it was those little like weird meat tubes and just laying around her, and she was like running around in circles, and we were like her intestines fell out. This is
Yeah.
her last win.
I did that one time, but my cousin.
You did that? You gave birth like that?
Oh,
That's wild.
similar story. My cousin had
Your
mice.
cousin did it.
My cousin had mice, and she had like four, and they all fucked, and they gave birth to like 6 kids. And one time, I knocked the damn cage over,
Oh God.
and they got loose in our house, and we found like 4 of them. We couldn't find the other 8, or however many there were.
Shit, they probably did.
And you know those big ass seats that were like they went inside and you sit inside the seat, and it was like a big circle, and you sit inside of it.
I know what you're talking about. Be
Yeah,
like, see,
yeah. But anyways, I was sitting on my knees on one of those and watching Jurassic Park, and I looked over, and in my hallway, there's like a furnace, and then there was like a little gray thing running in circles. And I thought it was a piece of fuzz, and I was like, I'm gonna go pick that up. I picked it up, it bit me, and I threw it against the wall. I was like 4. I didn't know what to do. It bit me, and
Shattered it,
I was
destroyed it.
like, Grandpa, something happened. And
I'm
then
not
we
gonna lie.
threw it outside. On a related note, where are hamsters native to?
Vietnam. Or is
Uh,
that guinea pigs?
that might be guinea pigs. I don't know. But I doubt there's any native hamsters anymore. They're all just like bred in captivity.
Oh no. Like they're definitely some weird genetic fuck up.
Yeah, cause
What? No, no. I got a story about like a colony, right, of shit breaking out.
mhm.
So I had one of those see-through ant farms,
Oh no.
and I used to keep it on my nightstand. I'd look at it. I never tipped it over, and I would just look at it, and it had a light feature at the bottom. It was like clear blue, like gelatin.
Mhm.
You could see them dig, and it was cool. And I saw their graveyard. I saw everything. Didn't know what to feed them though. I used to just give them like blades of grass.
Yeah. Or
It
ants.
didn't say it on the instruction pack. I didn't know what it ate, but they lived. I mean, they reproduced enough and like lived long enough, so I guess grass enough to feed ants.
I thought ants were carnivores. They probably ate their
Might maybe
they probably ate their dead to survive. No.
maybe I was breeding some super ants. Y'all don't understand. And it was on my nightstand, and my mom came through in the morning before school and was like, "Hey Noah," then just grabbed it and proceeded to like I don't know throw it on the ground. She didn't like do it on purpose. It was just like she walked in like oops, and then like broad arms swung through it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think she did that on purpose and knocked like 100 ants into my floor. And she just started curb stomping the shit out of them. And I was like, no! I was so upset with my mom for the longest time. I
did you
still am.
did you go to school today like that
I
morning?
didn't. I was pissed. I was sad. I lost a loved one. I remember it. I haven't told anybody this. This was during my aunt farm. There was like one of my favorite ones. I knew because it had this like black dot on its back. Might have had like a tumor. I don't know. It died, and I went into the bathroom and cried for like a solid like 10 minutes.
how,
I was 5.
how old? 5?
I was 5, bro, and I was upset because I was like, "These ants sick, bro." I love those ants, and then my mom destroyed them all in front of me before school.
I'm bringing memories back. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm about to cry, bro. We lost Gerald.
He gonna wake up tomorrow. That's there. His mom be like, "I hate you."
Gonna look at my mom and be like, "Why would you do this to
Why would?
me?"
Why'd you do it?
But like, I don't know how the ants don't die in like transit because they just end up like in that tube.
Because
They all just frozen.
a lot of them put food like into the tubes.
What if I eat one of the ants? Wait, no.
I
What
mean,
if the ants eat each other? Not if I eat an ant.
not if I eat them first.
I always wanted to stick my finger in that gelatin, but I never did. But like, it was like I had them for like a solid 2 months.
Oh,
Like they were thriving,
I,
and like they had everything like built. And then my mom was like, "Ooh."
so how long had you known Gerald for?
Fucking like a month at that point. I
Damn,
don't even think it was a month. It was probably like 2 weeks.
it's
'Cause,
probably
I
it's
don't
like,
know what the life expectancy of ants is. It definitely ain't a month,
what if one day you would have woke up and you would have saw Gerald in a graveyard?
dude. He had his head cut off. Gerald got his damn head cut off.
They ate it. They had
No,
to.
they didn't eat it. Like they didn't eat his body. His head was severed from his body. So Gerald was fighting.
Gerald lost a bar fight.
Jared lost a bet or something. Like he got deep
Yeah, he lost a
with the
bar
like.
fight. What if that was his twin? What if your mom curb stomped Gerald?
If my mom curb stomped Gerald, I'm about to go cry right now. You gonna have to carry the podcast.
I, hey, I don't know about
Fucking, I can't believe that happened.
that.
I
Alright,
forgot that happened to me.
childhood stories. Let me think. Let me think. Well, I'll think you tell us a story. No.
Me or you?
You.
I used to throw up. My mom was a teacher. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but I used to get really nervous before school. I don't remember this, but my mom was like, you used to be so scared of it. And apparently, like, for some reason, I remember this. Like, of course, like teacher salary, you ain't gonna be making like a whole lot. I used to just eat cut up microwave hot dogs in the morning before school, and
Yeah.
then I would get into her room and wait before school started, and then I would proceed to projectile vomit hot dog chunks into her like trash can in her room like every day.
Every
And I'm
day?
like, I feel like I would have remembered it if it was every day.
Oh, do you remember it
I'm
at
like
all?
maybe once, but like
Well, kind of like that story. I used to hate school. Now I'm not talking like I hated school like to the point like it's like ooh school gross. Like I definitely hated school. Like I would rather go to the hospital than go to the school. So like I would make myself throw up all the time just so I wouldn't have to go to school.
make yourself throw up.
Mhm.
That's the age old truth.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like twice a week. I'll just go and then like that's
And then they were like, "Hey, bro, he dying."
I guess this is what came from this, but then after I did that for so long, I started getting really bad chronic migraines,
Mm,
and this still happens. And now I'm like, damn, fuck that little kid for making me have migraines, bitch.
God.
I'd smack the fuck out of little me. I would
Let's
just.
talk. Let me. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about that bitch of a damn kindergarten aide I had.
Okay.
She used to lean in the kid's face and scream at them if they got their damn card pulled for a disciplinary reason, and she would say it with joy. And looking back on that, she definitely was bullied in high school. Um, but like, what was it? I remember she pulled my damn card one day because I said the water was cold. I was in the bathroom. Correlation does not mean causation, by the way, Miss Duncan.
Yeah,
I was in the damn bathroom washing my hands, and you know how you have that involuntary reaction if something's really cold, you like lock up, or you'll say like
yeah,
what's wrong with it. And I went, "Ooh, cold." I didn't yell it. We were just in a bathroom. I was like, "Oh, it's cold."
yeah.
A teacher apparently shut their door, and you know what that means, right? That means you're being too damn loud in the bathroom.
Mhm,
And everybody else happened to be in the stalls, and I was the person in the first line of sight at the sink. Miss
mhm.
Duncan stuck her head in to the boys' bathroom. I don't know if she
Yo,
allowed to do that.
she ain't.
And she was like, "Who did it?" And I was like, "What?" She was like, "Who said it?" And I'm like, "I said the water was cold." And she was like, "You know what? You're getting your card pulled." And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
And I've always had this weird thing. Like I developed this weird thing in elementary schools. Like I was like, I just can't talk in the bathroom,
you
or else
can.
Duncan gonna find my ass. Even if I didn't have her, she was gonna find me. I'd piece up Miss Duncan right now. I'll challenge her 1v1 pick up basketball game right now.
Right now, 1v1, we pick up basketball.
She might be dead. I don't know. I don't think.
Well,
Cause
how
our
old
one of
was
our
she?
math teachers from the middle school was the teacher. Like it was her aide that was Miss Duncan, that fucking bitch.
On a similar note, I had a teacher. Not gonna say any specific names, but
Bro,
let's
fuck you, Miss Duncan.
let,
I'm gonna say names.
let's
I hate, bro. You messed me up. I was in the bathroom, like entering sixth grade. Like I can't talk to y'all. I'm sorry. I'm like, then I was like, Duncan ain't gonna do shit. I'm at a different school.
She reaches her head in. Hey,
Hey, I'm like, you son of a bitch.
but on a different note, well, it's not really a different note. I had a teacher in kindergarten. I'm not gonna say a specific name, but it fell somewhere in between. Her name was, let's call her Miss 57. Um, Miss 57 was a little bitch, bro. She wouldn't let us do nothing, and she would falsely accuse me of doing shit. One time I was chilling. I was chilling. We went to the water fountain. We just came in from
Okay.
recess, and I was just sitting there, and everybody was squeaking their shoes. And I was just vibing. I was like, "No, I ain't gonna do this shit. This is annoying. Y'all making me mad." And Miss Six, whatever, Miss 5'7", something like that.
Yeah.
She walked in and she was like, "All right, who did it? Y'all getting in trouble." And I was like, "I didn't." And then the fucking janitor walks in and he's like, "That boy in the yellow shirt right there." And I was
That I have a similar story. It's always the schmucks that
like,
had nothing to do with it that accuse you.
yeah, I was like, I looked down, I had a yellow DC shirt on. I was like, "Shit."
Is that what it is? It's the yellow shirt because I have a similar story.
and I was like, "Fuck." And she moved my B to the black hive, and I was like, now that's going a little bit too damn far.
Too far.
And I didn't get to go to recess, and I was crying. And then my other teacher, let's call her Miss JL, because I don't know what letters in between that or anything. She was really cool, and she was like, "Don't worry, you can go out to recess." And I was like, "Thank you." Then I ran, and then I got out there, and we used to have a buggy full of cars that you could push around, and the best one was a monster truck. And the best kids got the monster trucks. I could usually get a monster truck, but sometimes I had to get stuck with a shitty one. And one time, I finessed this kid. I was like, "Hey, do you want to trade cars for a second?" And I gave him a Lightning McQueen, and I got the big ass monster truck, and I was driving it around.
Finesse.
Not stolen.
Finessing kids, young hustler. Hustler on the court, bro. My man at the age of 5.
not
Killing it.
not stolen, finesse.
Okay. Listen here. Listen to this shit. You know what's worse? No offense to anybody that is related or happens to like just related or friends with a gym teacher. But if you are friends with a gym teacher and you're like a student, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know what's worse than being told on by a janitor? Being told on by like a PE teacher, and not just the fucking PE teacher, the sub for the PE teacher.
Oh fuck.
So I was minding my own damn business the entire class. I was just sitting on the bleachers. That was it, because that's all we did. We like had some like weird thing preached at us about like don't lick the pull up bar or something. And I was just sitting there. I was listening. I was vibing, and then a fellow that you may know by nah I let's just call him GR. Let's call him GR.
Okay.
Um, he was climbing like upside down, backwards, diagonally to the left, all over the damn bleachers.
Mhm.
And we just so happened to be of, I guess, similar build in similar shirts.
Yeah.
And I was wearing a Batman shirt that day,
Mhm.
and damn, it was just a bat signal. I remember this
Yeah. Yeah.
because that was my downfall. I shouldn't have worn Batman that day. I was just minding my business at the end of class. Gym teacher walk up to, lo and behold, Miss Duncan, right?
Miss
Not a
Duncan.
joke. The audacity of this woman. And was like, "Hey, there was a kid climbing on the bleachers," and then she made us all line up against the locker. She was like, "Which one was it?" Like this was some fucking police like identifying thing. Like it was just a bunch of kindergartners standing against the wall, like, "Oh."
Oh,
And then she like pointed at me. She was like, "That one."
that one.
And I was like, "What?" And everybody, and even everybody else, they were like, "Nah, hold up,
Nah.
that is false." He was sitting there, and they were like, "Whatever." And then I remember that she did the thing. She leaned into my face and she said, "Went, Noah, you're getting your card pulled," but like screamed it at me. And I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I'm like, she wants me to cry. I'm like, I'm not gonna give in.
Don't show weakness.
Don't
Don't
show
show.
weakness. And and then like at lunch, kids were just like, "Listen, Miss Duncan, he did not do it." She came up to me. She said, "Did you do it?" I said, "No." And she was like, "Okay." I'm like, if it was that damn easy from the beginning,
That damn easy.
just to be like, "Did you do it?" No. Oh, word. Huh?
Huh?
Uh, Damn, Miss Duncan.
Another story like that. So I used to hang out with a particular friend group when I was in elementary
Fuck.
school by the name of you may know him. He's really smart. He's in our grade. Initials JD. But
Yeah.
me, him, and somebody else were just vibing.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, we're at our table, and had a particular bitchy music teacher. Um, so unrelated story. One time, another kid was scratching his stomach during the Pledge of Allegiance, and he got yelled at by her because it was I don't know the exact word America
Ethically
like.
not
Yeah, I guess.
unpatriotic.
Yeah. Unpatriotic to scratch your stomach during the national anthem. Keep in mind we were like 7. And but I was at my table and I was just sitting there. And I was like looking through my phone, or not my phone, but my table, and I was like eating my food. And we had fucking green beans, and I hate green beans with a passion. And I picked one up on my fork, and I was like swinging it around. She came up to me. She said, "Quit playing with yourself." I was like, "Who?" And she looked me dead in the eyes, looked away, walked away. I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah, I don't understand how kindergarten teachers can get mad at kindergartners for being like they knew what they were doing. That was back talk. There is no damn kindergartner that is like sassy
Yeah, yeah, I
on like purpose. I used to just talk like I was pissed at everybody.
know.
I have a thing against this is a damn thing that I still have because I think I'm gonna get yelled at for it. Uh, not sighing. I can't sigh because I used to get my ass beat for sighing if we were like shopping.
Me too. Me too. I still get yelled
I
at.
don't understand like how. I'm just tired, my man. Like it's involuntary.
I'll just be chilling like in the kitchen. So I'll
So,
be on my
and they're like, boy,
yeah. They'll be like, what are you so pissed off about? And I'll be like, huh? Homie
I'm
just trying to.
kicking it.
Homie, I'm just kicking it, texting my bitches. I don't understand.
Listen, I got a childhood story. All my good ones are come from elementary school because, frankly, elementary school kids aren't humans; they're monsters because they don't know what ethics are.
Yeah.
Me and a student, I used to be really into bugs, if not evident by my ant farm.
Gerald. Okay.
R.I.P. Gerald, he was a real one. That's also the name of my great grandfather. Shout out Gerald. Um,
Was there any correlation?
R.I.P. He died. No, I don't believe. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, me and this other kid who liked bugs were just messing around. We'd go on the playground, look at bugs,
Mhm.
right? Like normal ass like kid.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Check this shit out." Grabbed a grasshopper and pulled its head off.
Yo.
With its head came its intestines and entire innards, and we were clapping like chimps,
Oh my
laughing.
god.
In our second grade, I was in the second grade. Teacher rolled through and was like, "What are y'all doing?" We had like five just blindly hopping around with its intestines on the ground and its head severed. And it's like body still connected through its like nerves and tendons and shit. Just scrambling for some form of life and hope. Just dying and we were laughing like little chimps.
Do I
Like,
know this kid?
ah, so funny. And then my second grade teacher came up, she's like, "What are y'all doing?" And we were like, "We playing with the grasshopper." She's like, "You're killing them." We're like, "Yeah,"
Okay. And
and we're playing. And then she was like, and then she like stomped on one. She was like, "I gotta put it out of his misery." And I'm like, I never thought of that, and that's how I learned morals.
morals. It's like, yeah, tear a head off a grasshopper, gotta stomp it.
Do it, boy, quit.
Do I know this accomplice of yours?
I mean, probably. I mean, he goes to our school still, but like, he's not. I mean, I haven't seen him in a minute.
Text who it is.
Text it to you. I'll just send it to you on Instagram.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so let me think. Let me think of my. Oh yeah. So my grandma used to have a thing about me using spoons because I used to go outside and dig in the dirt with them.
Yes, sir.
I would bring them back inside. I'd wash them off. But she'd always know. She'd always know. Be like, "You been digging with my spoons, boy," and I'd be like, "No."
She's like, "Boy, you got that damn dirt spoon."
Oh, yeah. I don't think he still goes. But damn dirt spoon. She'd always know she could pick it out to
What
him.
the fuck you call me?
So I'd just be like, "Shit." And also unrelated story. One time,
Benoit.
been what? So
Yeah.
there's this ditch in front of my house. This is where I got to be like so awkward from, I guess. So there was this ditch in front of my house that was like 3 foot deep. and it was raining one day, raining really hard. I'm talking like that ditch like filled up. And me and my friends, we didn't have a pool, we didn't have anything near here, so we just jumped in the ditch. We were just playing in it, and I was like, yeah. And I went home, and then my grandparents were like, how you get so muddy, boy? And then my grandpa gave me a bath, and I was like 6, and I was like, I don't like this. Fuck. Like I learned how to take baths like really early, and then there's also the time I fell asleep in the bath when I was like 6.
Like I used to just not like taking baths, and again, as you know, I used to just hold my shit in for like ungodly amounts of time just because I didn't want to shit.
Yeah.
And now shitting is like a part of my day. Like I need to do it or else my day fucked up. God, I'm trying to think of more. I remember my grandma like first time my grandma called me an asshole. I was like 7.
Oh, my teacher in 5th grade called me an asshole. No, she called me a smart ass. My bad.
She called you a what?
Smart ass.
That's I think it was either it was a smart ass. That's what she called me because I was trying to get my grandma to play video games with me, and I was like, "Bro, you need help." She was like, "No, smart ass."
Smart ass.
I was like, "Damn, this little big planet hit different."
Oh
But
yeah, my cousin had a little big planet on his PS3. I'll
fucking
play
Little Big Planet was my shit. That shit made me so hard, bro.
Yeah.
I love that damn game.
Me too. That game, I never like played it completely. I just remember one level where there was like you had to run from a big ass rooster.
This YouTube channel that I used to watch. I don't know what they were even called. I think it had something to do with cards. It was like 5 aces, 2 spades, some shit.
Mhm.
And even though there's 4 aces, um,
Yeah.
and it was like they played Little Big Planet, and it was like they were making sex jokes before I knew what sex jokes were, but I still laughed because and it was like they were playing Little Big Planet, and I'm gonna try to find that YouTube video now. But it was like Ronald McDonald versus fucking Colonel Sanders, and he's like, "Give you a fat McChicken." And I never got it. And then it clicked in my mind, like, of course, like 6th grade, I was laughing my ass off, and I couldn't find the video. I was like, he's gonna give you that clucking chicken, bro. That's what he said, and I was laughing.
I also used to not be allowed to like get on computers and stuff. So I would have to
Cool.
sneak and like get on our computer, our family computer, in the family room. And the living room was right beside us. But I remember sneaking on there and watching people like Scott Minecraft and like Perpetual Jordan. I was like, yeah.
I, I said pissed in a toy store that I learned from a funny YouTube man. Don't know who it was, but I said pissed in a public toy store. My mom slapped me and said, "Don't say that," and I was like, "But the funny YouTube man."
Um, you know that kid who's like 5'11" or 5'1",
That kid who's like, "What?"
5'1" in our grade, and he tries to fight everybody, and he's cracked up all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever told you this. I probably did because I've told you like everything. I got ISS one time in 5th grade because I called him a pissant. I was like, you little pissant, and then I was like, and then
Piss ant.
I called my dad because I was in the room with
Crying.
yeah, I was in the room with the principal, and she was like, I was crying. I was like,
Tell him what you said.
yeah, she was like, tell him what she said. I was like, I got him a pissant, and he was like, okay, what, what's the problem?
Okay, people ain't used the word pissant since 1763.
And he was like, "What's I don't, huh?" He talked to my dad. He's like, "We're gonna issue him ISS for 3 days because he needs it." I remember just dozing off in there all the time, and the secretary would go in there snapping at me like,
Gonna happen. Like ISS, like God, 3 days
"Yeah,
just doing nothing because you called a kid a pissant.
yeah." They were like, "Yeah." So
Smart as hell. I would have been like, I would have
I,
been hurt. Call me a pissant. I'd be like, damn.
yeah,
No, it shouldn't hurt, but it sure does sting.
there was a room in the office called the Bubble, and it was a clear room with glass panes all over it that were like distorted, so that you could see through it, but you couldn't see who was exactly in it. It
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and there was only one entrance to it. Not you had to sit in there and just kind of do your work. And I just always slept. And the secretary would walk in there and be like, wake up," and I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Be like, nah, I got my shit done.
Yeah, I was like, because they'd give us like one paper.
Let's talk. Speaking of principles and giving that almost sounded bad. Speaking of principles and giving punishment, even though there was no punishment in this, I was in the 7th grade, right? I just had hit my growth spurt,
Mm-hmm.
and I had lost some weight, like by proxy of me getting taller.
Yeah.
And let's just say I was in like a Kroger's
Mhm.
with my mother getting some like some lean cuisines, my guy. And lo and behold, my elementary school 60-some-year-old elementary school principal rolls through, right?
Mhm.
And and I'm just getting me like some baked ziti, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she comes up and she's like, "Hey," starts talking to my mom. She knows my mom is like, "Hey, how's Noah?" Yada yada. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "Yeah, you are." I'm like, "Huh?" And
Huh?
anyways, she was like, "Oh my god, you've gotten so tall." And she walked up next to me, and started feeling my biceps and rubbing my chest.
It's like, dang, you big as shit.
And she was like, "You've grown in such a large, big, not large, big man, large, strong man." And I was like, I don't want to be in this Kroger
Yeah, man.
anymore. If I'm being honest.
I don't fuck with you,
To
dog.
those people that say men can't be sexually assaulted, I'm pretty sure I got raped at the age in the 7th grade by my Adama.
Speaking of that, there's a group of people at our school that believe white men cannot be
Yeah,
raped.
the Suicide Squad.
No, white men cannot be raped. Yeah.
Yeah, why are they like adjacent to the Suicide Squad? They're associates.
Yeah. Like, are you talking about Suicide Squad, the one guy in who don't like me? That got me racist?
A lot of people gonna call you racist if they see us because you just talk about like. I mean, that's what we do with Mexicans. I'm like, but he's not wrong.
Yeah, I ain't. Drag him out, throw him across the border.
Kind of leave them at the border, put
Then
them
we
in cages, something like that.
Canadians might be bad. We talk shit about Justin Trudeau, then we call him
Oh,
snowman.
dude, we shit on Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, fuck Justin Trudeau.
All my homies hate Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, alright. In all honesty, no. We are running this a little bit long. Well, kind of long. Any last words for the podcast
Any last words?
before we end
Watch
it?
out for Mothman. Heed that man warnings. And Miss Duncan, if you listen, then fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Fuck Justin Trudeau. It was
Fuck Miss Duncan. R.I.P. Gerald.
R.I.P. Gerald. Thank you for listening to the podcast.